Kevin Durant went down in the second quarter last night with an Achilles injury. Some Raptors fans were actually cheering when KD crumpled to the floor. A few of the Raptors players tried to calm the fans down, but obviously, understandably, it upset the Warriors. Take a listen.
Trim, what do you make of the fans cheering?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Come on, that's classless.
And some of the fans cheering when he went down?
Trash. So trash.
They certainly didn't mince words. Shannon, do you have a problem with the fans' reaction?
I do have a problem. I did have a problem with it. I do have a problem with it. But I don't want Draymond and Boogie Cousins to make like this is unique to Toronto. We've seen this in football. We see this all the time, Skip. When players go down for the opposing team, some of the fans, it's not all, but enough that can be heard, it starts to reverberate through the arena. This is not unique to Toronto. We've seen it in football, be it Philly, be it New York, be it New England. It doesn't matter. Sometimes fans get irrational, and they're emotional. And when they see the opposing team's best player, one of their best players go down, the natural thing like, yes, okay, good, we out of the game. Yes, he's out. That's not. I don't like it because I don't think you should never be an opposing team. I don't care. You don't cheer for someone's injury. You don't cheer at someone's at their lowest moment, at their pain, at their misery, at their suffering. I get that, but Draymond and Boogie and even Clay, they make it seem like this is a unique situation that only happened in Toronto, and you and I both know that's not the case.
I hear what you just said. I agree with what you just said. But today, I'm going to give Toronto fans, Toronto basketball fans, a little bit of a break and definitely give them a pass. I do not believe, and this is hard to characterize every last soul in that arena last night, but the majority of those who clapped or cheered, I don't believe they were clapping for or cheering for Kevin's injury per se. Remember, they have no history with this team. They don't hate Kevin Durant. Right. Kevin Durant's, he hasn't even played in this series until last night, and it's not like he was even sitting on the bench because he hasn't. He hasn't even been out on the bench like if he had been trash talking, pointing fingers at the Raptors. Right. There's no history at all between these two teams. All they know is they have nothing but immense respect for the best player on the planet, who is Kevin Durant. And not only does he suddenly show up for Game 5 in their house, they're on the verge of an NBA championship, their first ever. This is it. It's going to be coronation night, as you predicted yesterday. And they're on the verge. They're on hair trigger. This is our moment. And all of a sudden, the boogeyman has come back. And they respect him. They don't hate him at all. And what does he do?
Yeah, he had 11 points in 12 minutes.
He makes his first 3 threes. It's like, what? What are you doing? So, again, their reaction is not, oh, we're so glad. We're so happy he's hurt. They're just like, oh, my God, we got a chance now. We got the heavens open.
He's out of the game.
We got an opportunity now to get back in this game. And again, they're not wishing evil on him. I've been there with that before. I was there at the Vet in Philadelphia, Cowboys versus Eagles. Michael Irvin is prone on the turf with a spinal cord injury, and they are cheering like mad.
Paralyzed.
You know why? Because they hate the Dallas Cowboys, and they hated Michael Irvin. He's always pushing off, and he's always pointing, he's trash talking, and he's got a lot of Shannon Sharp in him. And they despised him, so they are cheering for his spinal cord injury, and it's from the heart. That's how much they hated Dallas, or still hate Dallas, and hated Michael Irvin. But this is very different because what did they have against Kevin Durant? Nothing. So he had the one little trash talk with Drake up in the tunnel. Remember that? And he called him his given name, Aubrey Graham. Aubrey Graham, we'll see you in Oakland. Remember that after Game 2, right?
Yes. And he was remember he was trash talking. He got the foul on Fred VanVleet. He was trash talking Fred VanVleet in the first quarter.
Okay, he did do that.
Like, you can't get away from me, little man.
Like nothing. I can't. That just came and went.
Yeah, but it's no.
He was laugh trash talking. Like he was just getting a kick out of it. But remember, Drake has a Kevin Durant tattoo. Okay, that just undercuts all of this. And now
Right.
you look at what's going on here. Well, it took about a minute, maybe. I don't know. I didn't put my stopwatch on it, but it took a minute to 2 minutes. And all of a sudden, the whole arena is chanting KD, 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 because they're rooting for his recovery. You know, obviously, they don't wish ill upon him. They're
I don't
just
want you
happy.
to be hurt, but I'm glad you out of the game.
Well, sure they are. Well, I can't condemn them for that because, again, they don't want him crippled. They don't want his Achilles torn. They just say, hey, we got a chance without you. That's just paying respect.
Skip, you know, look here. I wasn't always one of the best players on the team. I cut my teeth coming up in the NFL and special teams. So I was a gun on punt team and I was on the kickoff team. Let me tell you something. Eric Metcalf, some of the best returners, Rod Woodson, Tim Brown, Mel Gray, Skip. I wasn't trying to permanently hurt them, but if I could knock their ass out for the game, which was going to greatly increase the Broncos' chances of winning, don't think I didn't try and do it.
Okay.
I'm trying to win. The fans see Kevin Durant's down. That greatly increases our chance of winning this ball game. No, do I want Kevin Durant to be injured, be maimed for the rest of his life? I hate that this happened to Kevin Durant. But if this means that Kevin Durant is out of the ball game, they're probably saying, I wish it could have just been a sprained ankle and he can't return. Obviously, we believe that it's something more severe. But the Raptors fans, Skip, they're looking at it like, we're Raptor fans. We want what's best for the Raptors. Kevin Durant being not on the court is what's best for the Raptors. That's best for us.
Okay.
But I'm glad that Kyle Lowry calmed it down, cooler head, because Skip, look, of course, when guy go down, they're like, yes, you're out of the game, you're out of the game. And a few bad apples because it wasn't a whole arena that was there. Yes, KD, we're glad you're hurt. It was a few. And it starts, the mics picks it up, and it starts to reverberate because it's just like the whole arena might not necessarily boo, but it'll pick up enough of them that you will think it's the whole arena is booing. But I'm glad that Kyle Lowry was able to calm him down, and they were able to give Kevin Durant the congratulations that he needed, like KD going off the court. But it was sad, Skip. I hurt for him because I know what it's like to be in that situation.
Oh, it's horrible. It's just horrible. It was a horrible.
Hell, the Raiders.
Yeah.
Skip, I broke my collarbone in the black hole. What the hell you think those Raider fans were doing? They're a division rival. We hate the Raiders. They hate us. Yep. You think, oh, Shannon, we are so sorry you're hurt. They're like, yeah, we glad.
Huh.
They're like, break Ed McCaffrey's collarbone too while you're at it.
But you weren't carried off the field. You walked off the field, right?
I got up and walked up. I did. I got up and walked
so
up.
they probably didn't even know you were hurt because you didn't act like you were hurt.
Oh, they knew. Right? They knew I was hurt as a kid. They saw the way I was holding my shoulder. They knew I was hurt.
Okay.
And then I didn't come back in the game.
I'm going to give them a little bit of a break because I know there's a little bit of PC media overreaction to this, but if you put it in context, it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the history of the world.
And a classy move by Drake.
Skip, you saw the replay, Skip? You saw that thing roll up the back of his leg.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Still talking about KD when we come back. Will he still get a huge contract this summer? Discussing that up next.